Sensational rookie from the Dallas Mavericks, Cooper Flagg suffered a left midfoot sprain against the Phoenix Suns this Tuesday night. Today we'll break down Cooper Flagg's midfoot sprain, what likely caused it, the anatomy involved, and what his recovery timeline realistically looks like. So the foot, and especially the midfoot, is a very complex region of our anatomy. It makes up a bunch of small bones and stabilizing ligaments. One of the most important structures includes these ligaments seen right here. These are the ligaments that help stabilize the midfoot, as well as they connect the metatarsals to the tarsal bones. Here we have our metatarsal bones, the long bones of the toes. We have our first through our fifth metatarsals seen right here. And then we do have our smaller bones seen more in the midfoot. These including our medial cuneiform attaching to that first metatarsal, more intermediate cuneiform bone seen here, our lateral cuneiform, as well as our cuboid seen right here. The Lisfranc ligament is something that connects the second metatarsal bone seen right here to that medial cuneiform. This is the Lisfranc ligament as it connects both of these bones together. Now it plays a huge role in maintaining the arch of the foot, transferring force during push-off, as well as providing stability for cutting and explosive movements. So midfoot injuries and midfoot sprains typically happen if those ligaments, especially these Lisfranc ligaments over here, are overstretched or partially torn, which leads to basically pain in the middle of the foot, kind of like here, any swelling or bruising on top or the bottom of the foot, as well as pain with push-off or any cutting movements. How does this type of injury happen for Lisfranc injury or a midfoot sprain? Now we see from this image here, we see that the foot is in a kind of odd plantar flex position where the toes are pointed down. Typically this occurs when that foot is forcefully loaded while twist or bent, especially during like an acceleration, a cutting, or being fallen on while the foot is planted. So this kind of demonstrates that mechanism of injury for maybe that Lisfranc injury. As you can see from the dotted line, that is where the second metatarsal should be placed. However, due to the force that is going through the entire foot complex, it is forcing that second metatarsal to push outwards, leading to that overstretching or tearing of that Lisfranc ligament that helps support the second metatarsal to the medial cuneiform bone. And as you can see, as we go through this image here, this is more of this normal look of what the anatomy of our foot complex should look like with the Lisfranc ligament intact. A torn Lisfranc ligament leads to a deformity and a space between the metatarsal bones, as you see between the second and first over here. So what does this mean for Cooper Flagg, and what does his recovery look like? So for mild midfoot sprains, maybe a grade 1, the ligaments stretch without tearing. Typically the return to play is about 2 to 4 weeks for these less severe sprains. Maybe something more in the middle for a more moderate midfoot sprain, more grade 2. This is more of a partial ligament tear, and there potentially could be a period of immobilization following rehab. This could be a return to play for about 4 to 6 weeks, maybe even a little bit more. And then we have the most severe ligament sprain or Lisfranc injury. This is when there is significant instability or ligament rupture. This often requires surgery, and recovery is typically 3 to 6 months. For Cooper Flagg, and with the MRI just completed, assuming that the imaging ruled out that instability and the fracture, this likely falls into more of that mild to moderate range, with a strong emphasis of restoring that midfoot strength, the gradual return to cutting and jumping, and preventing any re-injury, which is common if rushed. Obviously, with Cooper Flagg's midfoot sprain, wasn't really aware that even happened during the game, but it is one of those injuries that doesn't always look so dramatic, but is crucial to manage correctly. If rehab goes smoothly and stability is restored, he should be able to return without long-term issues, but patience is definitely key. This comes at an ideal time for Cooper Flagg and the Dallas Mavericks, as he will be missing the All-Star festivities this upcoming weekend. Hope you enjoyed the breakdown of Cooper Flagg's injury. Let me know if you have any questions or comments down below, and thank you so much for watching.